Hey everybody, it's Mike Lynd's here. So today we're going to be working on 3 movements that I think are underutilized, but they're really just not talked about so much, especially in a chest movement day. They are essentially chest movements, but they're not really used that much, which I don't know why. Some of them are really good. Like one of them is one of my favorites, is the pullover. Dumbbell pullover for me is one of my favorite chest movements. It's an Arnold staple, and I've used it pretty much my whole career as a staple in my chest movement days. And push-ups, like just a simple push-up, but doing it with a stretch at the very bottom is something that's underutilized. So first movement, what we're going to do is a dumbbell hex press. So it's something that I really didn't start doing until I was with my final coach of my career, John Meadows, the late great John Meadows. He got me into doing stuff like this. And I noticed that it really kind of helped with my inner pec development. So it's one of those movements where you really need to concentrate on squeezing as you're pressing throughout the entire range of motion. So it's one of those ones where you really need to concentrate on what you're doing rather than just moving weight, which is one of John's big number 1 rules, is control, form, and he's really big on utilizing every inch of every movement. And he's definitely instilled that in my thought process and my training. So definitely throwing props out to John for that one. So I'm not really going that heavy today, but I want to get the point across about hex press. So getting into a normal press movement, touching these things to get dumbbells together, and you're essentially pressing them together as they're coming down your chest, and then pressing up again. So keeping the pressure against the dumbbell together as you're moving it up and down. Common mistakes here are people just worry about pressing rather than squeezing together. Squeezing together really is the main aspect of this, as we all know how to press. But concentrating on that squeeze throughout the whole range is something that a lot of people kind of forget about. So the big, easy thought process is squeeze your hands together right in front of your chest and just move them away, and then kind of like the old 1980s Karate Kid, that kind of up and out thing that he always did. But essentially, if you think about that, it's the same movement. So press your hands together in front of your chest and really press them together. And now go all the way out and all the way in. So you're going to feel your chest contract all the way on the inner part, all the way out and in. So essentially that's what you're doing with a dumbbell. You're pressing together all the way out and all the way in. And it just intensifies that squeeze. And it gets you used to squeezing the muscle throughout the whole movement. And a lot of people that don't have that mind to muscle connection, and they're lacking in that, this really teaches them how to do that. Because if you don't do it, what's going to happen is the dumbbell's going to slip apart. And you'll know once that happens. And another way of doing it is actually putting plates together. So if you put 2 plates together, backside to backside, like slippery apart together, and try to do this movement with, say, 2 10s, you're going to notice right away, if you don't press it all the way, one's going to slip off, and your hand's going to slip. So that teaches you got to have the consistent pressure all the way throughout the movement, and you'll learn how to perfect that. And once you learn how to perfect that, you really learn how to really keep that constant tension on the chest itself. And then it kind of clicks in your brain to do it with all the rest of your muscles as you're doing it, because you'll notice that your pump intensifies. You get basically a better workout all around. So try that the next time you're doing your chest movement. Just do it at the end of your chest day. Grab a light weight, press them together, and see if you can do it without them coming apart. And really slow it down. Doesn't have to be fast. It's not like a press. You know, it's just up and down, up and down, up and down. You're pressing together all the way through and all the way back in. And trust me, if you get it right, you're gonna love it. So that's exercise number 1. So this is one of my staples. This is dumbbell pullover. So the big thing with this one is you really wanna intensify that stretch, and you don't wanna come over too far to make it a lat movement. You wanna stop right above your face. And you wanna create that angle and basically popping that chest up so you get that full stretch at the in the rib cage. So let me demonstrate here. So you're putting that bone in the back of your skull right on the other side of the bench. And then you'll feel your scapula right on the crease of the opposite side of the bench. So you're right in that angle. Lower your hips so you feel that instant stretch right here. Lower that dumbbell. Coming up and squeezing those elbows together right here. Range of motion as you're coming down here so you feel a stretch in your lower pec. Coming up to that flex. Common mistakes you see in this one is people aren't controlling the waist. They're just letting it drop, which is a very big no-no because you'll have very, very high risk of injury. And you want to keep your arms as straight as you possibly can. There is going to be a slight bend just because of the predicament that you're putting yourself in. All right. Set some reps for that one. I'm going to do around 10, 12. It isn't something really you want to go all the way to failure with, just because you are getting yourself into that risk injury predicament. With sets, looking at 3, 4, and in your workout you want it. I usually put it towards the near the end because it's more of a stretch out type of movement. So you're really stretching out that chest. So I would put it like 4th or 5th exercise in. So after you get that, essentially the pump's there, you're really into it, everything's moving very well, and then you throw this in to stretch out a pumped muscle. So essentially put more blood in. And like I said, it's been a staple for me for many years. So this is one of my top ones for underutilized in the chest movement workout. All right, so the last one I'm gonna do is push-ups. Basically a simple push-up, but you're doing it in with like you're basically using an apparatus that you're going to get that ultimate stretch in between. So you can use just push-up bars, which I have here, 2 blocks, 2 benches, anything that gives you the space that you can go beyond your hands. When it comes to stretching out at the stretch point, that is what you want. And this is something that you can superset with, like a fly or a press, or anything at the end of your workout when you're just wanting to push it beyond that limit. This is something easily you can throw into your program, and it's something that you'll notice that if you do it right, your pump's going to intensify. You're not going to get that many reps out of it. Like I hate to tell you, if you do it as a superset and you're doing it with another press, then you drop down to this, you're not going to get too many. So you may be a person that does 50, 60, 70, 100 push-ups, but you combine it with an incline press or a bench press or something like that, and then to this, trust me, you're gonna that rep range is gonna drop down because you're going to failure on that, and then you're dropping down, going to failure on this. So big thing is always sit into that stretch for a count of 2 and then press off. So let's get down into it. Getting down into it, intensifying that stretch, press off, stretch, press off. Common cues, people don't keep their torso straight. So, like I said, the big thing is when you're doing something like this, you really need to concentrate on that stretch, and then you press off and control yourself on the way down. I just finished a complete full chest day and a little bit of triceps myself. And I'm dying within like 10 reps, which I can usually pump off an easy 50, 60 normal push-ups. And I'm dying. So this is something that is vastly underutilized on a chest day. And every bit of that movement was chest. So I felt it right from the stretch, right from the complete up to the very top. So something like this, you can do, like I said, superset it with another movement, do it at the very, very end when you're completely gassed, just to finish off that chest. And it's something that is great to finish off a workout. So guys, that's the 3 exercises I think that are vastly underutilized. Any one of these 3 that you've never used before, definitely give it a try and put it in your own program and see how you feel that you like it or not. But these are ones that I've used for many, many years, and it's helped me grow the chest that I have today. So that's it for me today, guys. Hit that like, give me some comments, and I'll hit you up back.